Thank you all for standing by. We will now resume the WNBA call on the ESPN2 Media Conference Call, and I'd like to turn it back over to Ron Howard.
Thank you, and thank you to our media for staying with us. And now joining us from Chicago Sky, Cappie Pondexter and Imani Boyette. Cynthia, if you would please remind folks of the process for queuing up, and we'll begin directly with question and answer.
Certainly, and ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, please press star followed by 1 on your touch-tone phone. You will hear a tone indicating that you have been placed in queue. You may remove yourself from queue by pressing the pound key. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the numbers. And once again, for any questions or comments, press star and then 1. And our first question will come from the line of Nina Mandel with USA Today. Your line is open.
Hi, this question is for Imani. Imani, I was wondering what your reaction to 50 Cent being at the game is.
Obviously, everyone knows I'm like a super fan, so it's going to be really fun. I think tomorrow's going to be a great game. Obviously, we're playing Minnesota. It'll be nationally televised, so it's going to be good fun for us and the league, and just nice to have 50 Cent in the crowd.
Yeah, you told me a while ago that you were going to cry in person. Have you thought about strategies to not do that during the game, or are you just going to freak out if you see him? What's going to happen there?
Well, I met him during the Olympic break, so I got all of my first-time jitters out. So I think I'll be able to keep myself composed, and I'll have my teammates yelling at me to stay focused. So I'll be good.
And Cappie, Imani told me a couple of weeks ago that you guys weren't supportive of her love for 50 Cent at all. Has the team come around a little bit now that he's going to be at the game?
Oh, I mean, we're supportive. I mean, we know Imani loves 50 Cent, and I think she did a great thing of reaching out on her social media to kind of get him to come to the game. So I know once he comes to the game, he'll be a fan. So I'm excited to have him, and I'm excited for his support.
Great, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to the line of Michelle Vogel with ESPN.com. Your line is open.
Yeah, I was wondering if both players could please just address what a good sign it is. You guys are, short-staffed, if you will, with the injuries and stuff, and yet you still rose to the occasion, earned a playoff bid, even without Elena or Tamara, and what that means in terms of the depth of the team and going forward through the rest of the regular season and the playoffs.
I mean, we knew, coming to the season that, our versatility and depth will allow us to get to where we are right now. We worked really hard during the break, especially knowing that Elena was in the Olympics, to make sure that, we all teams got to get better individually, skill-wise, and conditioning-wise. So we know that, it helped us down the stretch. So, not having Elena around is tough, but at the same time, I think we're a strong enough team to kind of adjust to that and move forward.
Kind of piggybacking off of what Cap said, I think that's kind of been our strength the entire year. We've had a lot of people kind of go in and out due to various injuries and stuff. So I think we've been able to move people into different positions and play through the adversity. And so while we would love to have Elena, and hopefully we do get her back, it's exciting to know that we can carry forward without her.
Imani, if I could just follow up with you real quick. It's a tough transition for big women into a league that's so physical on the pro level. I'm wondering if you could talk about what that transition's been like to you, and then also specifically when you're facing someone like a Sylvia Fowles with so much size and experience, being a multiple-time Olympian. What do you learn from matchups like that?
For me, I think coming from the Big 12, the physicalness wasn't as big of an adjustment as expected, because it's been a problem in my entire career. So I was prepared for that to be a hurdle. But you get to measure yourself against the best when you, especially as a rookie, So playing against Sylvia Fowles, playing against Brittany Griner, playing against those big names, it's always fun to see what I need to work on and how I can take something from their game to get better. So I'm excited. It's always exciting to match up against the best and see where you measure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question will come from the line of Charles Hallman with Minnesota Statesman Recorder. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is for both ladies. If you can just talk a little bit about now that you are in the playoffs, congratulations for that. That with both teams locked in, will tomorrow night's matchup be a different feel, or will still have a playoff type of atmosphere, basically because you just want to keep playing as well? And then just on the new format, Cappie, you can speak on that in terms of how that will work, or how you feel about that as you get ready to go into the playoffs next week.
First, thank you. The new format is definitely going to be a huge adjustment for all of us, but I think an exciting one at the same time, because you think about the first four seeds, they got the bye, and then 5 through 8 have to kind of battle it out one game at a time, and you have to bring your best basketball moving forward, and on that particular night. So I'm excited to see that, and I think the audience is going to be excited, and I think it's going to be great for us to be able to display great basketball for our fan base. So I'm excited. And speaking about tomorrow's game, I know that Minnesota's clinched. We've clinched as well, but we're two competitive teams with two competitive coaches, so I'm sure the game is going to be at an elite level, and may the best team win tomorrow.
I think it's going to be a great game. Obviously, even though we both clinched our playoff berth, I don't think anyone's comfortable yet, especially since, as Cappie noted, it's very much show up or go home now. So I think we're going to be very competitive, and just getting ready for the playoffs, you want to get in that mindset.
Thanks very much. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And as a reminder, if you have any questions or comments, press star and then 1. We will go to the line of Doug Ammon with the WNBA.com. Your line is open.
Hey guys, question for Cappie. You passed Lisa Leslie for 5th most points on the all-time scoring list. Just curious, how that moment feels to you, and if you have a favorite Lisa Leslie moment looking back on her career.
Oh, wow. It's a huge accomplishment. Lisa Leslie is one of the pioneers of the WNBA, and, to still be playing and to pass her up, it says a lot. And I'm definitely overwhelmed by it, but I'm thankful at the same time, that God has allowed me to, play so many years of basketball to accomplish what I did yesterday. Lisa Leslie, moment. I think one of the biggest things would probably be seeing her name at the Staples Center on the court. Not too many people can say they have their name on the court. So I think that probably be one of the best Lisa Leslie moments for me.
And Doug, does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we will go to the line of Sam Hoffman. Your line is open.
This is for both players. How important is it to earn the 4th seed to get a first-round bye? Do you look forward to the extra rest, or since you're 7-3 in your last 10, do you want to play to keep the momentum rolling?
Obviously, if you want top 4, it's always good to have rest, but, at the same time, we're all chasing after one thing, and that's to win a WNBA championship in 2016. So no matter where we're placed, I think, specifically for Chicago Sky, we're just going to give our best effort moving forward. But, if we can move top 4, it'd be great. If not, we're still going to do our best.
I think Cappie kind of summed it up perfectly. I don't have any playoff experience. I'm a rookie, so I'm just following our captains and trying to do our best and do my best to help us get to where we need to be.
Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, I'm showing no further questions in queue. Please continue.
All right, thank you very much. Imani, Cappie, thank you so much for your time, and good luck to both of you tomorrow night. To our media, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, tomorrow's game, ESPN2 at 8 p.m. Eastern, Minnesota and Chicago. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude your conference call for today. Thank you for your participation and for using AT&T Executive Teleconference Service. You may now disconnect. Thank you for standing by, and welcome to the WNBA call on ESPN2 Media Conference Call. At this time, all lines are in a listen-only mode. Later, we will conduct a question-and-answer session. Instructions will be given to you at that time. If you need assistance, please press star and then 0, and an operator will assist you offline. I'd now like to send the conference over to Ron Howard. Please go ahead.
Thank you. And thank you to our media for joining us once again. The purpose of today's call is in advance of tomorrow night's ESPN2 telecast featuring the Chicago Sky and Minnesota Lynx. And joining us right now from the Lynx are Sylvia Fowles and Lindsay Whalen. So we will begin right away with question and answer. If you would please remind the media folks of the instructions for queuing up for questions. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to ask a question, please press star followed by 1 on your touch-tone phone. You will hear a tone indicating that you have been placed in queue. You may remove yourself from queue by pressing the pound key. If you're using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the numbers. Once again, press star and then 1 for any questions or comments. We'll go to the line of Howard Magdal with XL Sports. Your line is open.
Hi, thanks. Lindsay, so question for each of you. It doesn't seem like there are any observers around the league, despite the fact that the Sparks have played the Lynx pretty evenly this year, that think the Sparks are going to overtake you guys. And I'm just wondering why each of you see it that way, and if you both see yourselves as in the pole position now, heading to the final stretch of the WNBA season.
Excuse me, I didn't hear the first part. What was that about? What did you ask about us?
Howard, if you could repeat that, please.
Overtake the Lynx, and that you guys are essentially in the driver's seat heading down the stretch. And I'm wondering why you think that is. What you think you've accomplished that sort of puts you in that position, and whether you see it that way as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that just there's, a lot of different, it's a long season, it's a lot of games. With it being an Olympic year, there's, it's a unique year where there's, a month-long break. So I think it's just being able to kind of, ride the ups and downs of the season and, just staying with it when, I think we had lost 3 or 4 or something like that around midway through the season. And I think having a veteran group like we have, we just tried to stay with it. We tried to listen to our coach and our coaches and each game plan and just try to keep working. And I think we had some, really good practices when we got back from the Olympic break, and we've been able to carry that into, a couple wins here, this part of the season. So I think it's all just, being able to kind of manage different points of the season, and we've been able to do that because we have just great coaches and great, leadership from them, and we have a lot of players who, play unselfishly and want to, play the right way. So, we feel good so far for what we've done, but we know that there's a lot of work yet to do.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Michelle Vogel with ESPN.com. Your line is open.
This first question is for Lindsay. Last year in the playoffs, it was sort of hard for you. You were tired, you were injured, you were able to make it through to the end, but you took the time off, from Europe. And I'm wondering about with this season, how much stronger you may feel going into the playoffs, and also, is it a help that you guys will have some time off now with the new format? You already know you won't be playing until the semifinals.
Well, I think, the first part, I think just taking that time off, like you said, strengthening my body, working on all types of exercises and things that I hadn't done probably since I was in college, just because you get in the WNBA season, then you get overseas, and you're just kind of constantly playing. But at a certain point, your body kind of tells you need to take a break and really do the rehab, get better, get healthy. And so with this also being an Olympic year, I wanted to be as healthy as possible to, first of all, make the team, and then also, make it through this whole season healthy and feeling good and being able to contribute all year. And, like you said, at the end of last year, I wasn't feeling great, I wasn't healthy, and I knew I wanted to come back this year and just be able to do more for the team. And then also, like you said, with the rest that we'll get, I think that we'll use that time wisely, and we'll use it for, like you said, some time off the games, but, we'll be practicing hard and working well together and continue to build on that chemistry that we've built all season.
but it's the way that the schedule worked out this year, and we'll use it as best we can to be an advantage for us going into the playoffs when we start.
If I could have a follow-up with Sylvia, you'll be going against Imani Boyette, a rookie, a big woman who's getting used to playing at this level for the Sky, which you know exactly what that feels like. You were the rookie big woman for the Sky back in 2008. What have you seen of Imani's game, and what do you think are the biggest challenges when you come into the league as a center to get used to at this level?
The tempo for one is a big adjustment, especially for somebody like her and myself, being true 5 players. But just trying to fit into a system that is custom for you and can help you to your advantage. But seeing her now and what she was at the beginning of the season, I think she has grown tremendously on the court. And I think she'll just continue to get better if she just continue to put in the work.
Thank you. Thank you. And as a reminder, if you have any questions or comments, press star and then 1. We will go to the line of Mike Jansen with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Your line is open.
For Sylvia and Lindsay, I'm writing something about Cheryl Reeve. And can you tell me how the dynamic with Cheryl was maybe a little different when she was an Olympic assistant, and then if it just returned exactly back to how it was when you all came back to the Lynx?
During the Olympic break, her being on the assistant side and not the head coach that's running the show, you just got a different feel for her. Just listening to her more and the insight without her asking us to be mad or angry or coming at us all physical and stuff. So it was different in that aspect. Her not being rowdy from what we see here with the Minnesota Lynx. But overall, I think it was still the same. She pulled us to the side when things wasn't going right, or if she seen some stuff that we didn't see. So I wouldn't say it was a big difference, besides the fact that she wasn't rowdy.
Yeah, I think I think that for Coach, she did a great job just on some of a lot of the scouts over in Rio, because that's a big part of his job is to really get the scouting and make sure we're prepared for each game. And Coach knows all of us so well. We're on the WNBA, so I think she just a lot of the terminology and just the way to get her point across was really effective in a lot of those scouting reports. And then we just kind of switched back, and we knew we had a big goal down there all together. For our team, we had 4 players, and then Coach. We knew we had a big goal down there to win the gold medal, and then it pretty much switched back the day we got back here. We took a couple days of rest, and then we got back to practice, and she was ready to lead us into the second half of the season. So the transition, I think, went pretty well, and she's just done a great job with our team, and she did a great job in Rio as well with the Olympic team.
Thanks.
Thank you. Our next question will come from the line of Charles Hallman with the Minnesota Spokesman Recorder. Your line is open.
Good morning, ladies. Just a couple of questions. One, tomorrow night's game doesn't have the playoff clinching needed because both of you are now in the playoffs. But will it still have some kind of a playoff feel in terms of just keeping in tune to make sure you stay sharp going into the playoffs, and when do you feel that you need to somewhat take your foot off the pedal to be prepared, to be fresh for the playoffs when they begin?
Well, I think that we'll just follow Coach's lead, and we'll just they're very conscious of our bodies and what we need for our team to be, like you said, staying fresh and ready, but also being really crisp and just having that chemistry that we need as well. So we'll listen to our coaches, and we'll get ready for that for tomorrow night. Like you said, I mean, Chicago's a great team. They've been playing really well since the break, and we always have really tough battles with them, and we'll come out and be ready to go and focus for tomorrow night. To keep playing well and keep keep playing hard as we can.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Doug Ammon with the WNBA.com.
Hi guys, question for both of you. Just curious how a win over the Sparks can sort of boost team morale, and how you guys can also use a big win like that going forward into the postseason.
Sylvia, do you want to take that one first?
Well, I think that, LA is a great team. They just have, a lot of just tough matchups, and they're a great team. So I think that win for us was a big one, obviously, because they're such a great team, and they're playing really well together this season. But, we were able to find a win away that night, and it was, a good win for us. And anytime you can get a road win, it's big in this league. It's just your team on the road, and you don't have the fans behind you, and everyone else in the arena is, kind of against you, and that's what makes it fun in this league, is that it's the atmosphere is great. And I think that night we had some amazing performances from Maya and Jill, and we were able to So yeah, it was a good win for us.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Our next question comes from the line of Sam Hoffman. Your line is open.
This is for both of you guys. If you can lock up the number 1 seed, you'll earn home court advantage throughout. I know that's important, but is it also important to kind of avoid the second and third best teams in the semifinals in New York and LA?
I mean, the league is good across the board. It's not by default that these teams are in the position that they are in. To have home court advantage does mean a lot. We can get to play in front of our fans and play on our home court. So that makes a big difference. But any given night, any team can just come out and show up and knock you off the blocks. But I think it's just very important to have that home court advantage and to be home and to be in the atmosphere where we come to where we're playing.
Yeah, I think just, having home court is something that you work for all season. And no matter who you're playing, I mean, this league is so tough that you can't take, every team is good. I mean, and so you want to have that home court, but you can't rely on it. That doesn't guarantee you anything. You still have to come out and work hard and, do your best to, get the wins. But of course, you want to work as hard as you can to have home court and to get the best record. So, we feel good about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm showing no further questions in queue at this time. Please continue.
Okay, thank you very much. Sylvia, Lindsay, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tomorrow night. We appreciate it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, to our media, the game tomorrow night is on ESPN2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you'll bear with us, we will have with us shortly from the Chicago Sky, Cappie Pondexter and Imani Boyette. Thank you all for holding with us.
And all participants will be on a music hold. One moment, please.